What is up, guys? JD
and Amber here, and today we'll journey through the Kanto region.
To make this video exciting, we have a couple of goals, as well as Amber, my Eevee mascot and friend, here with me to do some commentary.
We're going to try to find the shiny, register at least 100 Pokemon on our Pokedex, and get me a crown.
This is in celebration of 100 subs, so let's go start our journey.
We name our rival Gluten
because I have celiac, which means I can't have gluten.
We wake up and JD loved all the references,
Such as the ride-on spread on the calendar.
and all of the Eevees.
Gluten violates our privacy and comes into my room. Like, bro, I could have been changing.
We then go outside and find Professor Oak feeding pigeons.
Then Amber runs up to me. Wait, weren't you with me 4 months ago or something?
I went to the store, and the old man didn't remember me, so he just told you that I was another Eevee.
Well, anyway, I catch Amber again, and we go back to the prehistoric person's lab.
Where Gluten takes the worst Pokemon ever, aka Pikachu.
Then we head to Verdian City, where these imbeciles call me a twerp.
We then go to the Pokemart to become a UPS driver, but without a car or truck or anything, because in this universe, Jay's like 9 or something.
We get the old man's parcel, but decide not to teleport back to the lab immediately.
You might think this is for something big like a team member, but no. Jay just really enjoys this game, so he wanted to play it a little more rather than just instant teleporting.
I give the parcel to Oak and battle Gluten, where we destroy him.
We head over to Verdian Forest, where we catch our second team member, Bulbasaur.
I was out of town and took my Switch with me and used the catch combo to spawn Bulbasaur. But trust me, look at the summary. It says caught in Verdian Forest. I'm recording this end of April, beginning of May-ish.
Gluten runs up to us and decides to assault. Oh wait, no, he's just giving us some potions.
We head to battle Brock, and can we just talk about how easy the Kanto Gym puzzles are? You can slip around Brock's trainers so easily.
The battle with Brock was trivially easy. I just double-kicked his Geodude and Onix to the grave.
Amber used VV Volley on the Geodude, and I don't know if my friendship with Amber wasn't high enough, in-game of course, because Amber and I are best friends in real life. Or if it's because rock resists normal, but it did no damage.
After that VV Volley fiasco, we beat Brock and swiftly collected the Boulder Badge.
We head east to Route 3, where we catch our next team member,
Spearow.
We name him Azalea, who is our first male team member.
We forgot to say this when JD caught Bulbasaur, but I was named after the Amber Flower, so all the team members will be named after them too.
We go into Mount Moon, where those goofy, haircut criminals assume that I was in there to take some weird fossils.
We go for a spelunking trip in this normally chaos of a dungeon without repels. But luckily, in this version of Kanto, you don't just get to step on a weird blob the size of a small child.
We go deeper into Mount Moon, evolving Orchid, the Bulbasaur along the way, and eventually fight the super nerd guarding Lord Helix in that dome thing.
JD obviously picks our Lord and Savior Omnite/Omnistar, aka Lord Helix, and we leave Mount Moon.
I clear out Jesse and James using Amber and Orchid and head to Cerulean City to challenge Misty.
We clear out the overly suggestive gym trainer, but head back to the Pokemon Center because JD forgot to teach me my 3 broken signature moves.
Amber's moveset at this point in the game are the 3 90 base power Eevee signatures: Bouncy Bubble, which heals Amber, Buzzy Buzz, which inflicts paralysis, Sizzly Side, which burns, and just Quick Attack for some priority.
Misty falls to a couple Buzzy Buzzes, but JD had me use Bouncy Bubble on the Starmie because I was in the red at that point in the battle, but it only had 4 HP. What? Anyway, Orchid comes in, sets up Leech Seed, and then that same turn Leech Seed damage kills the Starmie, winning us the battle and giving us the second badge.
I head over to Nugget Bridge, where Gluten has officially lost his mind. A Pokemon? Yeah, no kidding, Sherlock. You know what's on my head? You know what's in the grass over there? A Pokemon!
I take out his Pidgey and Oddish Switch with Buzzy Buzz and Sizzly Slide respectively.
I decided to send out Orchid to set up Poison and Leech Seed on his Pikachu, which didn't matter because she one-shot with Vine Whip. Just goes to show you how bad Pikachu is, even with the boosted Let's Go partner stats.
After we defeat Gluten, he clarifies that it was a talking Pokemon. Oh, you think he knows? Maybe it's not in his best well-being to be around me.
We'd head over Nugget Bridge and kill some small we challenge them with fun pets to a totally not illegal game.
After we cross Nugget Bridge, the nice adult who organized this game for us turns out to be a member of the Mafia.
We pull a TSA and take down the smugglers, then head north to grab the Charmander from that brat in the anime that left his Charmander in the dust just because he was weak. I get maybe training up a new competitive Pokemon for battling. Why do you have to leave it? At least he gave it to me instead. And then I shoved it into a box.
The Charmander guy checked JD's Pokedex and read how many Pokemon JD had seen, not caught, which gave him a false sense of hope for our 100 Pokemon in the Pokedex goal. By the way, that goal, it's 100 Pokemon caught, so completely registered.
Going further east, we find Bill's house, aka the place of Gluten's PTSD. Neato Bill asks me to hack his Neuralink and make him realize that being a furry is weird.
After his hacking/therapy session, Bill gives us the SS ticket. Hopefully JD's switch clock isn't set to April 14th, 1912.
Heading south, we find Gluten chilling just south of Cerulean. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, what the heck? Why did you kiss me? I'm uncomfortable.
JD, he didn't kiss you. He just saw something sparkling in your hair and grabbed it.
Well, he still technically stroked my hair.
We head east to what I believe is called the Underground Pass, but it's that thing that connects Cerulean and Vermilion.
Just south of Cerulean, we find the SS Anne and get the sailor outfit. Amber got that drip.
Gluten is waiting for us on board and thanks us for the ticket.
Blue runs up and says, Bonjour, French, legend ZA. By the way, I believe at least one more theory coming, probably.
We've run all over the SSN and JD totally didn't get lost.
Gluten runs down the stairs talking about some kind of secret technique, basically Timu HMs, but he also makes us battle him.
Another day, another Buzzy Buzz on flying type.
Then Gluten sends in his ace Pikachu while I switch to Orchid.
After what happened last time Ivysaur faced Gluten's Pikachu, we were confident that she could OHKO with Vine Whip.
He went for a quick attack, and we eat those all day. Our Vine Whip does about a third.
We trade Vine Whips and quick attacks for another turn.
I go for tackle to kill. Gluten heals.
We decide that Orchid might fall, so we should get off a poison powder now.
The next turn, a quick attack kills Orchid.
I come back in and finish off the Virat with one swift Sizzly Slide.
Amber stays in to end Oddish with another Sizzly Slide, winning us the battle.
We go up into the captain's deck where we find the captain of the ship, aka the person currently in charge of whether we live or die at sea, seasick.
I pat the old dude's back. Oh my gosh, that's not a sentence that I ever want to say again. And he teaches Amber the secret technique that Gluten was talking about. Safety scissors.
He was refusing to teach it to me though, because he said that Pokemon can't learn it. I bet he let Pikachu learn it in a heartbeat. And if he thinks we're too stupid or irresponsible to use it, he's supposed to be some wise old captain of a ship, yet he was seasick and immobilized.
After a cutscene better than anything in Scarlet and Violet, I backtrack north where we catch our next team member, Nidoran, specifically male, who we named Iris. I also saw Mina from the Alola region, and having just beat Ultra Moon by myself, not on camera, it was cool to see her, even if it reminds me of that stupid trial.
Heading into Surge's gym, we look for electrical switches in trash cans. Anyway, we breeze through the puzzle and fight Surge. This battle did not go well.
I lost the footage for the first part of the battle, but basically, I led Amber to take down Voltorb and get Magnemite low, but she got taken down. I take the Magnemite down with, I believe, Iris or Orchid, and his Raichu comes in. I didn't have Amber, and Orchid had taken some hits. Surge Thunderbolts on Iris, and apparently he doesn't get his ground typing until he's fully evolved. What? Who didn't tell me this? Iris falls. Orchid comes in, dies. All hope had been lost. So I let the rest of my team die, completing the first wipe of the playthrough. I decided to teach Iris Dig and lead with him. He gets one dig off and dies. Come on, guys, I'll promise he'll be good later. I sent in this Vulpix that I caught for the Alolan Vulpix trade later on, who instantly dies.
Our goal for this fight was to keep Orchid alive, as well as me, so that we could take down the Raichu. So I sent in Azalea to revive Iris, who, as expected, immediately dies. We bite the bullet and send in Orchid, who takes Voltorb down with 2 Vine Whips.
Amber goes in on his Magnemite to kill 2 super effective Sizzly Slides. I send out Orchid on his Raichu to set up Leech Seed, and it misses. So Orchid dies, having done nothing. But Orchid had helped us a lot earlier on. On my last Pokemon, I send in Amber to use Bouncy Bubble for some HP. And the same thing happened again. It healed nothing. I hope maybe in Blaine's battle it'll do something.
I get healed up, and then Sizzly Slide to burn. We heal me up, then revive Orchid. Can you see where I'm going with this? After 6 turns of heal stalling with the occasional tackle from Orchid, we collect the 3rd gym badge using less than honorable methods.
But even though we won, we had basically lost. I mean, you can't heal stall to win. I need to become stronger.
Leaving the gym, we find Misty, who starts our massive mining trip by taking us into Diglett's cave.
Nothing of note happens in there. I just catch some Pokemon for the dex.
We pop out of Diglett's cave on Route 2, where we catch some Pokemon, and Iris evolves.
One of that ancient ogre's interns yells at us and tells us to use a flashlight.
We do some more catching and then head back to Vermilion, where we start the trade quest thing to get an Arcanine.
After catching some of those dumb cats, we head back to the hag to get that stray that she doesn't want.
We take this Arcanine, who we didn't name because we got him from a trade, out of his Pokeball, and we get to ride on him. This is so cool, right, JD?
That's too low level. That puppy isn't strong enough. Get that thing out of my sight.
JD, stop it. I know this isn't who you are. You've been acting off ever since we got the Thunder Badge.
No, Amber, I am fine. Just get back to the game.
Okay. We catch a Krabby who will stay on the team until we can get a Poliwhirl.
Those SpaceX bozos try to Eevee jack me, but a teacher's pet comes and brags before making me do most of the work.
After Lorelei helps us scare off Team Rocket, we go east and head into Rock Tunnel, which is where the light-up secret technique that Oak's assistant taught me comes in handy.
We get dropped right out of Deathville and follow Gluten to the Gravymon Tower.
Inside Pokemon Tower, we climb up to the first floor and battle Gluten, but we can't continue because a ghost stops us.
On our way out of Purple Town, we find those bad at their job criminal bozos talking about abusing an old man and gambling.
We head east to Celadon, where we get lost and keep jumping between Lavender, Saffron, and Celadon before finally finding the game corner. We also, in the process, take down the fighting dojo and pick up a Hitmonlee.
Those idiots start talking about their secret race where everybody can hear them. Talk about 0 IQ.
You flick a switch behind the poster that opens up a massive staircase and go down into the Team Rocket hideout.
These annoying spinning tile puzzles are so dumb, and also definitely a workplace hazard. Check out my hero MNJTV's video talking about gym puzzles that also include spinning tiles.
After descending into the bottom floor, we have a gauntlet of fights, including a double battle with Jesse and James, one with Adam and Archer, and our first clash with the boss of Team Rocket, Giovanni.
We barely squeaked out a win against Jesse and James and had to do some healing during the Archer fight. Amber, I told you that we were too weak. My Pokemon were so terrible that we only had 3 left after fighting some grunts. I had to reset to heal you all for the Giovanni fight.
JD, stop it. It is not my problem that you held us instead of our Pokeballs instead of training us. After the surge fight, you haven't been the same. It seems like after every loss, you lose yourself a bit more. I have to snap you out of this, but I just don't know how.
Amber, I told you, I am fine. I just need to become stronger. After I reset out of battle so I can heal, we take down Persian with a bouncy bubble, and then Rhydon with another quad super effective bouncy bubble. I have more faith in that move.
Oh yeah, did we mention that we went to the rocket hideout to get the Sylph Scope so we can keep climbing Pokemon Tower? Well, that's why we 200 pumped Giovanni.
I don't know what difference seeing them makes, but we climb the tower and fight Jesse and James, and battling some crazy women along the way.
We also help Cubone find its mother before she dies. This is so sad, JD. How are you not crying?
It's not very emotional. You know what's more emotion-inducing?
What?
Crushing Team Rocket's sad brittle bones, which we did.
The battle wasn't that interesting. We just clicked some random attacks until something works. I can't wait until we have a counter psychic type to deal with these poison types.
Well, we would have a ground type if you remembered to grab a moonstone and Mount Moon for Iris. It kind of seems like your fault.
How's it my fault if I can't grab them? You have to grab them. Anyway, we used Chop Down south of Cerulean to reach Erica.
We debating fighting and catching Snorlax, but Amber chickened out.
JD, can you stop blaming all of your mistakes on me? It's really emotionally draining.
We go through a maze that was just annoying and not even fun at all. Also, can we mention how blind her gym trainers are? I walked right in front of them and they just stood there. I'm not complaining. The gym trainer fights are pretty annoying.
The Erica fight wasn't very hard necessarily, just really long. JD leads me, and I use Sizzly Slide against her Tangela lead. And what? I am sorry? How did it do that little?
And then Tangeli, pronunciation intentional, starts the most annoying thing that all grass gym leaders do. Self-healing moves. It's so annoying, and I'd argue that it's worse than paralysis in electric gyms, because there you can bring cherry berries and paraheals into electric gyms, but there are not many common ways to deal with self-healing. Like, we can't really get, disable this early on.
After a lot of back and forth, I take down the Purple Cliff joke. Like, seriously, how does he pronounce it like that? Anyway, I take it down, and Erica's Vileplume comes in. We switch into Azalea, who gets off one peck, and gets outsped the next turn, which leads him to his death.
Then I send an Arcanine who dies in 3 turns to resisted Giga Drains after his super effective Embers that also have Stab, might I mention, don't do nearly enough to this thing. I told you that it was too weak.
Come on, it wasn't your fault that it wasn't high enough level. You're also failing to mention that it burned it on the first Ember, something crucial to our win against this Vileplume, and even our win against Erica entirely.
He still should have been able to kill the thing. This is supposed to be the legendary Pokemon, not just a legendary, the legendary. Last time we checked, legendaries were supposed to dominate and be a huge help and a reward.
And last time I checked, a YouTuber was supposed to get views. We sent an Orchid who JD tried to make set up Leech Seed, but forgot that Vileplume was immune. After a couple of tackles and burn from that stray that was too weak, we take down what could have wiped us.
Amber, wait.
No, you wait. I'm done with this little mood you're in. I don't know what it is, but I'm done. You try to make Orchid set up Leech Seed on another grass type. Maybe it's not because they're too weak. Maybe it's just because their trainer's too stupid. And look at that. You try it again. What an idiot. So because of your sheer stupidity, Orchid dies after doing nothing to Erica's ace. You finally wise up and send me in. You, for once, learn your tight matchups. Maybe Shield was in your first game, because you clearly learned nothing from Hop. We take down Erica with no help from you. You know what? I'm done. I'm leaving. You can take your little angsty adventure without me.
Wait, Amber, no. All because of my ego. I let the most important person in my life fall away from me. Amber, please come back. I'll see you all in part 2, but in the meantime, I need to find Amber.